Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Maria here. I've got a great video for you. This is going to be part one of our lesson. We are going to be reading The Rainbow Fish by Marcus Fisher. And we're going to be doing a project based on this. So let's get started. We're going to read and take a look at this book and its illustrations. I really want you to notice the shapes that you see that the fish are made out of. And I also would like you to pay attention to the illustrations in this book. And what do you think the type of media, what was used to create the illustrations? And remember that media is a type of art making material. So we've used lots of different media in our classes. We've used crayons, colored pencils, watercolor, oil pastels. What do you think the illustrations were made out of? Let's take a listen. The Rainbow Fish by Marcus Fisher. A long way out in the deep blue sea, there lived a fish, not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every color of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they would call. "Come and play with us." But the Rainbow Fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow Fish," he called, "wait for me. Please give me one of your shiny scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many." "You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried the Rainbow Fish. "Get away from me." Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset, he told all his friends what had happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the Rainbow Fish. They turned away when he swam by. What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. "I am beautiful. Why doesn't anybody like me?" "I can't answer that for you," said the starfish. "But if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you." The Rainbow Fish found the cave. It was very dark inside and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly, two eyes caught him in their glare and the octopus emerged from the darkness. "I have been waiting for you," said the octopus with a deep voice. "The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy." "I can't," the Rainbow Fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared into a dark cloud of ink. "Give away my scales? My beautiful shining scales? Never! How could I ever be happy without them?" Suddenly, he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. "Rainbow Fish, please don't be angry. I just want one little scale." The Rainbow Fish wavered. "Only one very, very small shimmering scale," he thought. "Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one." Carefully, the Rainbow Fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. Thank you very much," the little fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale among his blue ones. A rather particular feeling came over the Rainbow Fish. For a long time, he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering in the water. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scales flashing, so it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by the other fish. Everyone wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possession had been given away, yet he was very happy. "Come on, rainbow fish," they called. "Come and play with us." "Here I come," said the rainbow fish, and, happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. The end. Okay, so that's a gorgeous book. My favorite part of this book is the shimmering scales on the fish, our rainbow fish, but I also really like the background illustrations. And what do you think might have been used to make this work? Sometimes, I don't know if you guys have ever tried to look at this, but sometimes if you look at the very front of a book, it's called the copyright page, it will tell you, and it doesn't say what type of media that it was used, but if I had to guess, just by looking at some of these illustrations up close, I would say that watercolor played a huge part in making this work look like it was a flowing underwater scene. And if you guessed that we might be making our own underwater scene, you would be totally right. So let's get to that video. It is the next video in this series. Go ahead and click on that other link, and I'll see you guys in a second.